What the heck? You're insane for that. Look at this dentless hood, bro.
It's a little dirty right now. But...
Oh, it looks perfect. Dude, I got some Armor All products for that.
Well, hell yeah. Let's do it. Yeah, good to see you, man.
Red taillights, red taillights.
I was piping my taillights.
Oh. Connor's back, Connor's back. We're going to Gargistic. That's all I have to say, actually. Haven't really been filming anything today.
Woo, DSSR.
DSSR, weld it on yourself. Let's go. God, my hair is just not vibing. Made it to Gargistic. Oh, yeah. The amount of times I come here is crazy. Surprisingly quiet from the outside. So we're here to get. So it looks like they might not have what I need. Okay, bro. Okay. They might not have it. Dude, it's right there. So they didn't have the, what's it called? Any of the stuff that I wanted. But it's okay. Because we're with Connor, and when we're with Connor, everything's fine. Damn, look at this thing.
Dude, that thing's sexy.
Is that a
Get it sexy. Get it sexy.
Is that like an Accord wagon? Decided to go for a little whip with Connor. See if I can do this. This is where I head out. It's been a long day. Sorry, what? And after that intermission with Connor tomorrow, we are back in it. We are back in it on a lovely Saturday. Look how beautiful the car looks today. Everything is beautiful today because I'm going to a little car show. I'm going to go see Pilo for a little bit, which should be nice and fun. I might put the top down right now because what kind of a life will we live in if the top ain't down? Everything's better topless. Oh my God. All right, I just found some sneaky parking and I'm gonna go try to find Pilo. I can only be here for about an hour or so, but I wanna check out these Porsches and I wanna see the boys, so. And we're in and we already see some freaking bangers, bro. Look at that. Just gets better. I gotta find Pilo real quick. No idea where he is. Oh my God, that's a huge line. Dude, it's such a beautiful day out right now. But I'm literally like edging the event right now because I'm waiting for Pilo to bring me my ticket. And I'm just waiting for him in general, but now I'm just standing here staring at all these people walking in. Look at this huge dog. These people are waiting in a line. They're probably gonna be waiting here for like 45 minutes. Just go to the front. Just go to the front. We made it in and the wristband is not on. Look at this, holy shit. Okay, now I'm happy I came. Let's go there. Oh my God, this guy should not be out here all paint matched by himself. You wanna see something crazy? You wanna see something absolutely fucked? Dude, I can't stop walking around. Every single place that I go just has some other gorgeous shit. So this is how the E28 is gonna look, but Dove. How do you feel about that?
Like Silverstone?
Yeah, well, Silverstone, what's that?
Like Silverstone's like the color. The
Dove is like color. The light gray white.
Yeah, Silverstone then.
It's called Silverstone?
Similar, well, Silverstone.
Is that a Porsche?
M3 has.
Why does it say Targa?
It's the Targa Baja California. I don't know, it must be a race.
Ah.
Yeah, look.
Ah. This is pretty funny. So I went to pick up something for my mom. I'm in the E30 right now and I have a giant room divider in the car. I really hope we don't hit like speed bumps or something because I'm screwed.
What up, man? How are you?
Oh, so we're starting it off for a beautiful day. Look how gorgeous it is out. It's nice and blue.
Beautifully early day.
Nice and sunny, nice and blue, nice and early. And yeah, the butterflies are out and everybody's happy. And today, I'm gonna be finishing up that seat, giving a little bit of a spray on it, making the dye look perfect. I'm gonna be talking to Pilo because he's so beautiful and great. And I'm also gonna be taking my mom's Comet over to the body shop because I need to get a quote on getting the rear end repaired. So here's the Mercury Comet. I got some music playing in there, but don't worry about it. So it has a rear end collision. And basically, this happened right here, which is kind of a bummer. But this was before our ownership of the car. As you can see, it kind of messed up. It needs a rear bumper. It needs this fin. And luckily, I have a replacement of this fin. I'll show you it pretty soon. But worst part is that kind of crumple zone that got done up in the back. The chrome seems like it might be savable. Have to see about some of the other stuff, but I have a new bumper on the way. I have that fin, and I'm gonna go get some quotes right now about possibly getting the bodywork done because I really want it fixed. I know that my mom does as well. Mother's Day is coming up, and I want to fix this car for my mom, so we're gonna see how it goes. I'm gonna surprise her and see if we can get this thing repaired without her knowing. All right, so King's Auto Body seems like a really great place. They have a freaking 850 CSI out there, so that's definitely something that I'm a fan of. They actually have a bunch of BMWs out here, so maybe I shouldn't be taking my mom's big old American baddie to this shop, but they wanted a lot of money. And I was willing to maybe talk to them about shouting them out or something for a different price, but they didn't seem too interested. So, considering their price of about 3,500 bucks, 4 grand, it's a lot of money, but I knew we were getting into that when we got this car, so that's something I'm willing to do for my mom for her Mother's Day. So I'm gonna have to get it figured out. We'll see. I'm gonna go get another quote right now, and then I don't know, might drive around to a couple different shops just to see what kind of ideas I can get. So I have a couple fun updates for the cars. First off, this guy running really good, like I just said. And for now, I think I'm gonna be driving this one just a little bit more. And I'm gonna start taking apart my 1 Series to put its new intake manifold on, because this is the project that is next. My 1 Series is gonna be getting a crap ton of love. I have successfully ordered a bunch of new parts for it. When I say a bunch of new parts, I mean just suspension, but there are a lot of parts coming on the way. I have ordered my coilovers. Fortune Auto coilovers are gonna be going on my 1 Series, so it'll be handling like a dream. But more importantly than that, I think what we need to solve is the eyesore of a hood we got going on here, but sorry. So when it comes to power options for these cars, there isn't that much out there. The 128 isn't really a super popular platform. A lot more people with the E82 choose to go for the 135i. You get a lot more power. The N54 is an, I don't know, very tuner motor. It's very easy to pump up a bunch of power out of that motor, depending on how reliable it is, doesn't matter, but you can definitely pump a lot of power out of that motor. The N52, on the other hand, isn't really the same way. I got this car because I wanted it to be a reliable daily driver for me, and it has been beautiful. The only thing that has ever broken on this car is the power steering pump went out, and that, I'll be honest, was a little bit of user error on my part. I was abusing the car a little bit more than I should, and my pump went out, so I got to use one off a junkyard car, and it has not failed me a single time ever since. I've done regular oil changes, done all the services on it, fixed anything that is broken, and yeah, basically just taking care of the car to the best of my ability. So next, I want to be taking it up a little notch, because as much as I say I've been taking care of this car, I have neglected it just a little bit, and it has not gotten the proper love that it deserves. If you can't tell just by looking at it, the hood is red, the headlights are very, very cloudy. A lot of different things have gone wrong. The sunroof doesn't open anymore. I think that's actually the only thing. Other than that, the car is in pretty great condition. So like I said, there are a lot of different modifications that I want to do now to the 128, and I'm going to be spending a lot more time on it, going to be making it a lot more perfect, make it run a lot better, and one of these first things is this 3-stage intake manifold. I've purchased this intake manifold on eBay, as you can see right here. It looks pretty cool. You can definitely have to clean it all up, but apparently this is a very, very nice bolt-on for the N52 motor. I have an AFE intake for this car. I have this, what's it called? This intake manifold for the car, and then be able to throw a pretty good tune on it. So I'm excited to see what kind of a performance gain we can get just from these things. Minor stuff, but making this car all motor I think is going to be a lot of fun. See if just do some experimenting with this car, because I do want to track it, and it is my daily driver. It is not a show car. It's not anything crazy. I want this car to drive really, really well. So the aesthetics of the car are not as big of a deal to me as the performance and the handling and everything else is. So I'm really excited to be getting started on this thing. Just wanted to do a little bit of an intro of the work that is going to be getting done. I'm going to definitely be starting on the work in this video, but for now, I'm going to do a little bit of a project on the E30. So the E30 over here has these side trims that have never been put on the car. So you can see no side molding on the car. So I have all the moldings, but I've just kind of chosen to never put them on because one, it's a little difficult, especially when a car is vinyl wrapped. Sometimes poking the holes in and getting everything to fit is a little bit sketchy, but I think I'm gonna send it. The E30 is all set up to be repaired. So like I said, my air suspension has been giving me little problems, and my good buddy Ryan, Mr. Pilo, actually suggested a little repair thing that I should do. So my problem has been that right here I've got this air controller, right? A little bit rudimentary, and it uses these manual gauges in order to adjust your air. Don't mind my water bottle. And so basically what's been happening is this left one here sometimes isn't airing up and down the car, and I finally figured out that it's because of this connection here. So I'm gonna take this whole thing apart. Really hope the camera's focusing right now. Doesn't seem, there we go. So I'm gonna take this whole thing apart and properly make sure that that all the wires are making the right contact. And a good friend of mine, he actually suggested that I take this whole thing apart, and instead of having it stick out from my panel here, actually running the wires underneath, cutting some holes in here, and directly putting the buttons on here. The only reason I didn't really want to do this is because I didn't want to modify this trim piece, but at the end of the day, I think that is a lot cooler than having this ugly controller sitting here. So I'm gonna start by taking this apart, seeing if I can fix the wiring, and then I might end up getting in here and making a little custom panel, because this one already has a couple holes in it. It's not perfect, and you know, there's other E30s out there, so I might drill into this thing just to make it look pretty cool. A little bit of an good autofocus going on, but let's get this thing unscrewed. It is a circuit board. Do I have enough room? Totally thought it would be individual. Okay, we got a deep issue. Deep. Deep. Seems like the electrical connections up here at the top of this little gizmo. Top electrical connections look totally all right. Oh wow. Literally not enough room to unplug it. Oh, so I blew that fuse. Don't worry about me, I blew the fuse for my cigarette lighter, but we're gonna try probing this thing one more time. With the ignition on, I'm gonna try to pump up just specifically the one that's been busted. Oh, now I'm just getting constant 12. Oh, really? Pink is constant? Oh, great. Now we're reading. Pink is constant. Let's try white. Oh, okay. White is this one going down. White is the down. Is it blue? It's not blue. My card is gonna be full. My card is gonna be so full. I'd be walking away and like doing full other side missions, like fully not even working on the car anymore. Oh god. So I can get this wiring going down. So that's all nice and clipped over here. Oh VIZU. Alright guys, some time went by and unfortunately, I was able to get this thing wired up again. Sorry, that's not the unfortunate part, but unfortunately, I'm still having trouble with this bottom left controller here, controlling my rear suspension going up and down. But unfortunately, I need to go help my mom out with some filming, which I'm actually gonna use this camera for. So seat and stuff is gonna go back in soon, but for now, or I guess I think I'm gonna continue this project tomorrow. I know I didn't really get that far, and I'm sorry, but I did have a lot of other work to do today. So we'll be getting at it tomorrow, and hopefully, Jesus, excuse me. And hopefully we'll get it done then. I also shaved. Y'all think I look good? All right, I'll talk to you later. Good morning, guys. As you can see, it is good news because I got the car moved. But it is not good news because I'm still having trouble with my air controller. Unfortunately, this little guy right here is still not supplying any air power to this left rear strut. So my next plan is to try to buy a new one of these wire cables from AirTech themselves. And I'm going to go ahead and finish this whole thing up. But I think while I'm replacing that and while I'm waiting for those pieces, I'm going to also work on these trims. Okay, don't mind me working on top of my trash can. You guys are mean. I used some body filler and I repaired one of the trims. Other than that, I have actually gone and sprayed the other few of them. And they look really, really good. It's only been one coat right now. And then I got these 2 long ones to throw another coat on as well. Some small little dings, but other than that, these things are going to look freaking beautiful. Nobody will know the difference. This is the only damage that was a pretty big deal. And now, as you can see, it looks perfect. All right, in my professional paint studio, let's get to it. That's how the pros do it, by the way. No, my masking job, though. My masking job. That's what separates the boys from the men. The masking. Next day, let's check these guys out. Woohoo! Funky fresh. Resprayed in that OEM looking fucking black. Look what I did. I got the trim on. The frickin' grommets that I had in there worked absolutely beautifully. And it clicked in really, really well. The finish is amazing. The chrome looks great and the black looks great. And I'm genuinely stoked with how these trims are looking. I didn't really know if I love having it trimmed on the car. But now that I'm looking at it, I really think it's going to make it look amazing. So, at least it should. Oh, like that. And then, oh, did they go this way? Oh shit. Look at that. Yeah. Finished up. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Love you. An update, a little update since doing the trims. I've given this guy a final coat, and I think it looks really good. Got a beautiful seat to be going in the E30. E30 has getting battery tended because unfortunately the battery is a little poo-poo. Then also, I got some stuff going on for the Oneer. If anybody that I know watching these videos has an E82, there's a ground strap that goes from the chassis to, I think, a little terminal that goes to the starter and some stuff like that. It gets pretty busted, and when I say busted, I mean kind of corroded like this. I don't know how much you can see it, but it's pretty much dunzoed. It's fraying a bit and also just very corroded, so I doubt the electricity's flowing through there that well. I went to AutoZone and I found this. Actually, it was O'Reilly's. AutoZone can go lick my balls. Exact same size, because BMW wanted $75 for this ground strap. So, part number 23010869 something 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 something. Damn it, I just tore this label off. Yeah, really expensive. I'm gonna see if this fits. I'm not really sure yet because of a few little complications. But other than that, yeah, pretty stoked. Let's go. Now that we got everything set up, we're using the King Bolin scan tool. I'm running a full scan on the 1 Series to properly get rid of all the codes. One of the codes it had before was missing alternator, and I found out that was actually because I had the alternator unplugged. Just found that out right now. It wasn't fully unplugged, but it was enough to where it was definitely causing a code. So let's go through the whole system right now, and we'll see how it gets it. With a little bit of a odd introduction, because I've already taken half this thing out. If you guys haven't taken out a intake manifold from a 1 Series with an N52 in it before, it's super easy. You take the airbox out. There's a couple 10s around the outside here. Take the airbox out, you take those out, and you release the clamp from the throttle body. Whole thing pops out super, super easy. There's also one sensor for the AFM or the MAF. And then you go ahead, you can literally take off those bolts, and then everything moves. There's a big old electronic terminal underneath you got to unplug a lot of stuff off of. A couple little sensors. Just look at the thing and find all the stuff that's connected to it. I'm sorry, this isn't a tutorial for taking it off. I will try to show a lot more when putting it on, but yeah, it's pretty straightforward. And when you're in here, replace everything you can. I'm doing some stuff on the alternator, and don't mind this engine bay just being disgusting. I promise that the 1 Series, you guys are about to be blown away with how much love this thing's gonna get. I got a lot of stuff planned for it. So when you're up in here, I'm gonna be taking all this stuff off, and I'm gonna be installing this new 3-stage intake manifold. I'm gonna put them next to each other and really find all the differences, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really know what it is yet. I know that the little flaps it has in there or something are different, so if it's exactly the same, I'm gonna frickin', I don't know what I'm gonna do, but we're gonna get at this. I'm gonna get this whole thing out, unplug everything, and I'll keep you guys updated. Let's go.
The scent of
oh my god, these ads. No music it is. Got these 2 lower PC PCV hoses off. I had, shoot, should I put labeling these? I had this little jobber that came off the sensor. And then I have another jobber. Are they different? Oh, they're different. Oh, so I ended up unplugging a different air. There's one more air connection here, one more PCV connection here, one more electrical connection, and then a final electrical connection all the way down here on the bottom of the throttle body. And then you have everything out. And there's your intake. And oh my god, that thing is full of water. We're gonna know if this is it's really any different. I see some differences, like okay, we only got one mount here. No hose connection, which is a little concerning. So, I ended up taking my starter out as well. While I had all this going on, I ended up removing my starter because I've been having really tons of starting issues with this car. And I actually replaced this already, but it's kind of the last thing that I can think of now. So I'm getting to it. This thing should have a warranty, so I'm pretty stoked on that. And I'm gonna get a test drive on the purple car. Made it back to my Spider-Man looking car. And, luckily, I got the starter for free. Brand new starter, replaced under warranty. Really stoked about that. And now, I'm going to go ahead and finish all the things that this video might be titled about. We have our alternator solenoid thing. I don't even know what this thing's called. But there's a part on the alternator that fails. I don't know why I'm completely blanking on what it's called. But there's a part on the starter that fails, and it looks like this. God, I'm really blanking right now. Whatever, but while the intake manifold's out, I'm going to get this thing replaced as well, just because it tends to go bad and it is old. So I'm going to replace this on the alternator, then I'm going to put the new starter in, and I'm going to put the new manifold in. And after all of that is done, hopefully this car is a lot better, because unfortunately I've been having some starter issues, like I said. And I'm hoping that just the new starter that I got happened to be faulty. So we'll see how it goes. I feel like my lighting was wrong. I'm hoping that the starter I got happened to be faulty. So we'll see how it goes. I'll catch with you guys as soon as I finish it up. And yeah, wish me luck. 3 Torx bolts on the back of the alternator that hold this little cover on. And as soon as that is out, I think there are just a couple more. And 3 more that hold in the actual module. So you get all 3 of those out. That looks pretty beat. I don't know about you guys, but that doesn't look too good. New one looks like it has a lot more life in it, as you can see the difference in those little needles there. So get right to it. Now I'm throwing the new starter in. So I'm stoked on that. Should only take a second. Intake manifold is back in the car. Buttoning up the bolts now. Installing my stock airbox again. I do have an upgraded one, but I need to smog the car soon. And with that, I have all of my vanity covers put back on for the first time in a long time. This thing is looking really good. So let's go and see if it starts up and runs properly. Oh, my key is definitely on the ground. Oh, and my key was definitely on the ground. But let's get this thing started up for the first time and see if it runs on idles good and doesn't have a check engine light. Heck yeah. Oh, check engine light. Nope. Those lights were there already, don't worry guys. That's awesome. So she's running good. And stops great as well. Oh, that is legendary. And I'm so happy that I got all of that done today. And this engine bay looks a billion times better than it did before. Could not be more excited about how this thing looks. Oh my lord. Giving the car a test drive. Everything seems to be going smoothly. No codes. I just pushed on it a little bit. Felt pretty similar, but considering there's no tune, I was not really expecting a performance difference. But I'm really excited to tune this thing. I'm thinking I might get the exhaust stuff done too before I get it tuned, considering it's running pretty okay without it. So yeah, I'm just gonna keep on driving this thing around. I'm gonna go pick up a friend of mine. And also, pretty importantly, I'm gonna see if my starter issue goes away because, God, I've replaced important grounds. I've done a lot of things to prevent it. I've done my alternator services. I've put a new battery, all sorts of things. So, all in all, I'm happy with how all the work went today, and I'm so happy with how easily I did it. I mean, it was just a few hours to take that stuff in and out, so. Cough coming. Stay low.